I just wanted to show you guys some of the pickups that I got throughout the week as well. My own pickups through, I went through some thrift stores, and then I think I went to a pawn shop. I don't remember. I think I went to about 3 or 4 different stores. I actually did a little shopping with the wife. We decided on Saturday. I think I went on Thursday because they did like a half day. It was like 50% off, and then Friday I did a little bit. Saturday we did a lot of thrifting. We went to about 3 or 4 stores. So I think in total I went to about 5 stores, and I just saw a few things. So I said, well, let me get those things. I saw Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Actually, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, and actually it's for the Xbox. So you know what that means. I'm getting another system. It actually has the manual, and it also has the disc in there. Thought that was pretty good. I only spent like $1 for that. Then we have Madden 2002. Big Madden fan. Also got the book in there for the Xbox. And also at that same store, found Star Trek for the Super Nintendo. I paid like $1 for it. Now this was the game that I used to love back in the day. And these cartridges, you hardly find big cartridges like these. Because see, when you look at how this cartridge is, the regular one versus these special ones, and I think I only paid maybe $1.50, maybe $1.50 for this. It's R.B.I, and I love this game, man. And I got the little cover protection case for it too. Still in really good condition. I like it because it's solid black. And I went on Saturday. I went to a few stores, a few thrift stores. Found a Minority Report for the PS2, and word of advice: when you go to these thrift stores, continuously check the container. Make sure there's games in there. Man, I kept checking all these games that got me hyped up. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to pay a few dollars for them. And I open it up and ain't nothing in there. And guess what? Still got. Look at that. But the good thing is, though, I went to the pawn shop today, and I saw some games up there. The guy was going to cut me a deal. He was going to give me a whole stack of games for like $10. But I didn't have no change, so I said, well, not today. And but I did see this game up there, and I think it was only $1. So I'm gonna probably go back this weekend and I'm gonna get that, definitely. Cause I actually been looking to play this game, and I don't know if it got good reviews or not. But it's, you know, of course, it's based off the movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise. Then I went to another thrift store, and I found this Sega Genesis controller. It was clear and see-through, and it was only a few dollars. So I said, well, let me go ahead and get that. I thought it was cool, but if you look close, you can actually see the little buttons to do your adjustments and stuff like that. And it's got the 6 buttons on it instead of just the regular 3 buttons, like the regular, like the gamepad controller. Nice little see-through. Thought that was interesting. Wrap that up. So later on that day, we went and got some more games, and just to give you a little back history, there was like a little kind of like a rivalry or controversy between Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, like it is with the Xbox and the PS3. They're always in competition to see. I don't know if you watch. I don't know if you go to GameTrailers.com. GameTrailers.com. If you go there, you'll be able to see. They do what is called a comparison. They compare the graphics between, one game, and they say, oh, how does it look on the 360 versus how it looks on the PS3, and sometimes it looks slightly different. And so it seems like one console seems to have the edge over the other. And so when I was picking up certain games, I was just thinking about that. Like I picked up this one game that was kind of controversial during the time of the SNES era and the Sega Gen era, and they were just going back and forth about, oh, my game, this specific game looks better on my system. So Ironically, that Saturday, because I actually got my Genesis on Sunday, I got Aladdin. I actually got this on Saturday, so then I got my Sega Genesis on Sunday, and he showed me he had a Aladdin game. But Aladdin was one of those games. It looks so much better graphic-wise on the Sega Genesis versus on the Super Nintendo. Even the gameplay, because I played both of them, and without a shadow of a doubt, this definitely was better on the Sega Genesis. I would always recommend, if somebody asks me which one would I choose, I'll tell them in a heartbeat, get it on the Sega Genesis. And then this next game actually brought forth our rating system that we know of now, where it's going from E for everyone all the way up to M, where it says mature, and then you got your plus 18, and even the AO where it's saying adults only, little label. That San Andreas, the only game that I know so far. I think there was another game, but that's the one that had the big controversy. But this game here, Mortal Kombat, was a very, very controversial game because of the kills, the deaths, the fatalities and stuff like that, the brutal kills and everything. Now, graphic wise, Super Nintendo had them beat. The only problem is that they didn't use blood, and so that was a big issue. And they only used sweat because they thought it was controversial to use blood and it was too much. But Sega Genesis decided to do it. Now, graphics wise, the Sega Genesis graphics is terrible, but because of that, because of the nostalgia that was the nostalgia that was built around that, the fact that you could rip the vertebrae out, just like with Sub-Zero when he does the fatality kill, you were like, man, I wish we could do that. And when we were able to bring it home, and everybody knows the secret code to be able to do the blood and be able to do the fatalities and everything. But yeah, during that time, Sega Genesis basically, they beat out Super Nintendo sales tremendously just because of that. Because everybody was looking for that realistic feel. Anytime we play a game, we wanted to feel, especially during the era of arcades, it's kind of died down a little bit, but when we would play games at the arcades, you always wanted it to feel like that at home. The last game the last game I got from the other store that day was Sonic Classics. It actually has Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and then Robotnik Beam, or Mean Beam, which is kind of like a Tetris game. So it's got 3 games in one, which I thought was interesting. So I said, well, let me go ahead and nab that up since I didn't see Sonic 2. But I said, well, let me go ahead and get this. And then bumped into this one guy, and he had like this expansion cartridge that said Sonic and Knuckles. And he said the thing about it is if you put the games in there, it'll allow you to play Sonic on the older versions, even though he didn't come out till later on in the series. It'll allow you to play that character inside those games. So I thought that was cool, but I passed on it because it was like $6, and I wasn't gonna spend $6 on it. I had already spent a certain amount of money on certain games, so I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And then we went to another store, and I found some other games. Now, the interesting thing to me is that I found these actually in their box, and just like a little kid, I got all excited because I was like, okay, cool, I get to stack them up with my other games. They're actually in their box, and most of these games came with their manual. Now, the first game that I got was Sonic the Hedgehog, the original. It's got a little poster in there, and then it's got the not for resale. And I remember I used to see this when I used to go to Blockbuster. Most of the times when you would try to go in and get the games, they would say not for resale, not for resale, not for resale. Just old memories that was tied in. But I just thought it was so cool to have the actual box. The next game I got was Madden 95. Big fan of Madden. I love football. It's like my favorite sport. So it has and here it had a poster. It also has the plays, stats of the teams and stuff like that. Then you got the nice little cartridge in there. It's looking all fresh. No stains on it or anything. Nothing crazy. And then another game I got was NFL Quarterback Club. I used to love this game. I used to play this with my friend named Owen. We used to play this all the time because it was just a competition of quarterbacks. That's why it's called NFL Quarterback Club. So, thought that was cool. And then here it's got plays. Got offense. Matter of fact, I'll fold this out real quick and show you guys. So we got the offensive plays in here, and then it's got defensive plays. I thought that was cool. But other than that, that's it. That's all my pickups for the week. I'm going to try to start dropping videos every week, at least one, somewhere probably between Saturday and Monday or Saturday and Tuesday. I'll try to drop one. It just depends on what I do that weekend. But for everybody that comes through and watch my videos, make sure you hit that like button, because that's just showing your love and your support for the show. Leave comments. Tell me things about how you feel about certain games that take you back to that old feeling, because I know everybody, whenever you pick up a game, just like I was showing you today, when I pick up Mortal Kombat, first thing I think about is when I went to the arcades and the first time I saw a fatality, and I just was like, ooh, oh my god, I can't believe that, and now I can take it home and play it. So just leave comments, questions and stuff like that, or requests, or even if you have a certain video you think I should do, just let me know. I do appreciate everybody. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and tell everyone that you know. Continue to send people along my way, so then that way the channel continues to grow. I continue to expand and do new things and show other people different things. But other than that, continue to be game freaks. I'm